KILR Killer Games.
Hello, gamers, simmers, and pilots. I am the Killer Gamer, and welcome back to the tour around the world featuring Microsoft Flight Simulator 3. Alright, I am so excited about getting to go that I am going to start our engines now. Just because I love the hum of that engine right there. And it makes great background noise while we talk about where we are and where we're going. We're here at Kalamazoo, and we're going to be going here to Elkhart Municipal. That is our next flight. Not sure how far away that is. We don't have a VOR there. We can tune in to Goshen 113.7 to get us in that general area. I'd say 010, 020. I'm almost thinking 010. I'm sorry, that's going this direction. So the opposite, was it 190? So that way it takes us in this direction where we can kind of line up with the runway right here. So we'll take off. We can take off from the same runway we landed on, or one of these angled ones. And I think that would work out. And I don't know, maybe I might use KELR to get down there, but we'll see. All right, we're going to go ahead and turn in Goshen, which is 113.7. 113.7. It is 46.9 miles. Elkhart's going to be before that. So I don't know. What do you think? Maybe at 35, 40 miles? And we said we were going to be doing a heading of 190 on that. So watch the digits as they turn. 190. Looks good. Let's go ahead and get going here. Well, we don't want to run into that. That would end our flight very quickly. And it's still there. I thought we passed it by now. Okay, so as we are taxiing here, I'm going to pull up the map. So that way you can all not only see the airport and the fact that there's no taxiways, but also so that I can zoom out here, which, okay, that doesn't seem to be, hold on. Sometimes I have to turn it off, turn it back on. Oh man, this thing is stuck on my board. Okay, I was trying to zoom in and zoom out on this. Oh, maybe I can do it here. Okay, maybe not. This one's a little, it's like you click on the window and you're trying to zoom in and zoom out, and it doesn't seem to want to do that. I wanted to show you all where we were on the scenery. I mean, I showed you on the disc itself. Well, maybe we can do this. Numerical lock, minus, minus, minus. Ooh, here we go. That works. Okay, so you can see here, there's Lake Michigan, and this is where we're at. I can zoom out a little bit more here. So, in case you're wondering if we are where I say we are, we are. we are where I say that we are. So, this is not making anything up. This is the actual airport that I mentioned on the map. Because I know with the old flight simulator, it's you know, some of it just kind of looks the same in terms of runways and rivers and roads, because they're all lines and stuff. But something that we'll do as we're flying is the scenery that we see, I'll compare it with a real map from time to time, and we'll get to see how well they were able to translate that into the scenery that we have here. So we've looked at that, and for the most part, it's actually, they did a pretty decent job as far as getting the freeways and a somewhat correct shape of a city border, rivers. You know, they're just not sloppily put in there. They actually have them drawn out the way that you would think. Okay. Bring down some takeoff flaps, and we will be on our way. And going up might be good, because the end of the runway is right there. Taking a look out the back, because that's what you got to do when you leave an airport, is look back and wave goodbye to all of our buddies and friends at Kalamazoo. Thanks. So long, and thanks for all the fish. And off we go to a new adventure in a new airport. You know, I just thought of something. Does anyone remember that group, Level 42? What was the song they did? I think it was Something About You was the name of the song. It was an 80s band. Do you think the 42 has any connection to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? As far as the answer to life, the universe, and everything? Or was it just coincidence that they just happens to be level 42? I wonder. I could look up some history on the group. Let's see, we're still climbing, so that's not bad. Let me pull up some MIDI music here. And hopefully that won't be, music won't be blocked or anything. It's MIDI music, you know? I mean, it's not the original music. Yeah, level 42. MIDI. Let's see. Oh, it's on bit MIDI. Okay, that works. Okay, so it's this song here. Can barely hear it. You guys recognize this song? Might be kind of hard to determine it from a MIDI tune. We'll play like a short snippet of the actual song, like really short, or I'll skip around or something. So that way copyright holders don't get all bent out of shape and stuff. Let's see. Is that a playlist?
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help.
Yeah, that.
This sentence is grammatical.
From the games played once too often.
That's level 42. That's the one I'm talking about. So that's why I'm wondering, the 42, is that a coincidence, or did they take the idea of 42 from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? That's what I'd like to know. Maybe you guys know. We could wiki it and find out. Let's wiki that and find out. Level 42. Where are you? They're right next to Scooby-Doo. All right, level 42 are, I guess they're still playing apparently. An English jazz funk band formed on the Isle of Wight in 1979. My goodness, they're 1979. Wow. Well, I know they had hits in the 80s. Let's see. Something About You was their most popular one, although their highest charting single in the UK was Lessons in Love. It reached number 3 on the UK singles chart and number 12 on the US Billboard Hot 100 chart. I feel like I'm back on my KILR radio station again. An earlier single, Something About You, was their most successful chart-wise in the United States, reaching number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Let's see. Prehistory and formation. Let's see. Looking at, apparently it's Matt Keane and the Gould brothers, Phil and Roland. Developing. It is! I'll be danged. The name of the band is a reference to the novel The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams, in which 42 is the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. Ha! Cool. Very cool. That was just a guess. Alright, so you guys may all be wondering where we're at. That back there is Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo, Michigan. Somewhere that way is Lake Michigan. You can kind of see it. It's right over here. It's this blue, dark blue right here amongst the dark forest green. And we are headed to Elkhart Municipal. When I started the stream today, we were at Benton Harbor, and we've been hitting some airports along the way. And everyone that has been part of the stream has been part of the show along the way. So thank you everyone who has been joining me on this live stream. I'm hoping that you're enjoying the experience, whether this is a new experience for you or a classic experience, bringing back some old memories that you may have had. So in case you're wondering where Elkhart Municipal is at, we'll go ahead and just pull the map up here for courtesy of any viewers that may have tuned in to the live stream. This is where we just took off from, and this is where we're going. Right here, Elkhart Municipal. This is where we started the stream, was Benton Harbor. And we've been going around there. Now you may be saying, well, why in the world did you start at Benton Harbor? Well, I'll tell you. Over on YouTube, I have a series called KILR Gamers World Tour, where we started from Megs. And let's see, I want to make sure that I'm not losing our course here, but I'll show you. I'll show you the flight that that we've been doing here. So the World Tour series, and this is done on flight simulators 2, 3, 4, 5, 98, 2000, all the way up to X-Plane. We started here at Merrill C. Megs. We went to Chicago O'Hare. We went to DuPage, Aurora, and we went to Cloud, not Cloud. Then Lansing. Then we went to Midway, and then we did a touch and go at Merrill C. Megs as a kind of a tip of our hat and in respect to a great former airport that was unfortunately destroyed by a jerk. And then we went to Joliet, and then we went to Kankakee, because hey, you got to go to Kankakee if you're driving. Yeah, if you're driving, but if you're flying in this area, you got to stop at Kankakee, because it's on the way to Champaign-Urbana. But no, we didn't go there next. We went to Bloomington Normal, then we went to Champaign. That covered the default scenery, and then we loaded up scenery disc number 9 and went to Greater Peoria, and then we went to Quad City, Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, and then we flew over here to Dubuque, and then we did a VFR flight along the Mississippi River all the way up to La Crosse. And then Flight Simulators 4, 5, and on continued north. For Flight Simulators 2 and 3, we can't do that because scenery was not made north of here. So we went from La Crosse to Dane, to Whitman, to Sheboygan, right here. And then we went to General Mitchell, Pewaukee, and then we went over here and hit these two airports. We did a touch and go at Rock, and then landed at Greater Rockford. We flew over here to Lewis University, hit Chicago O'Hare again, and then we flew by Merrill. I'm sorry, not O'Hare. We went to Chicago Midway again, and then we flew by Merrill C. Megs and went to Benton Harbor. And the rest is history. The rest you already know. And I got off that map at the very right time because now this line is beginning to move. So there we can see a little bit of Lake Michigan over there. And an interstate. I'm not sure what interstate that is there. I think I've got a little bit of time to pull that up and find out here for you. That looks like that might be Interstate 90. So I think that white line there, I think is Interstate 90. Of course, that would be near South Bend, and unless South Bend... Well, no, I don't see a South Bend over here, so hard to say. We'll do a little bit of a left turn here. We got... Oh, I was going to say we have 28 miles to go to the airport, but no, the airport is before the VOR. So I'd say we probably have about 20 miles to go. There's another line. Another line. I'm not sure what it would be. We'll pull up the map here, just so everyone can benefit from. There we go. Okay. This, I think, is Interstate 90. This is something a little different. I'm going to go ahead and pull up a real map here. That way you can all see. I'm going to turn it around this way since this is where we're flying. Okay, so here is Interstate 90. It kind of curves around and comes to the south of Lake Michigan. And that other one, okay, here's the other one. Okay, so Interstate 94 comes around here. And then Interstate 90 is coming here near South Bend. So if we go ahead and take a look at the scenery, there it is. There's South Bend right there. I'm getting a few more lines, but there you go. I don't want to zoom out. I want to zoom in. Oh, there's an airport too. I don't think it's the airport that we want, though. Yeah, so there's an airport right there. That might be Elkhart, actually. I think that's Elkhart. I think that's the airport. We can check the coordinates, the north and east coordinates after we land, just to make sure. If there is an airport, another airport off to the right, then that's definitely it. Now, something we could do is tune in another VOR. And South Bend is at 115.4. Let's tune that in, 115.4. And let's set this, I think we've got some time here. Let's set it to where it says from. and center that so that way we can see 60. Okay, so if I pull up the map once again, here is South Bend right here. 60 is right about here. That's it. That is Elkhart. So we're right around here is where we're at. Isn't that fun? Using your instruments to kind of pinpoint where you're at, because you don't have a GPS. So this is like old school navigation here. Now the question is, how are we lining up with the runway? Because it's kind of like some dotted lines and stuff over here. We are going to get ready for landing though. Flaps down, gear down. Okay, so we got South Bend, Indiana, I believe. And then Elkhart? Is there a city of Elkhart, I'm assuming? Now, what's cool, if you compare these SubLogic scenery discs, the separate ones, with the SubLogic USA East and USA West, the difference is you get a little bit more variety and color when it comes to the like the lines and the cities and stuff, but also the major cities have 3D little rectangles and boxes and stuff to depict buildings. So you get to see some downtown areas, which is kind of neat. So it's similar to this, but you also get mountains, which are basically 3D objects. Let's take a look at our map again, and that's the closest thing that we're going to have to a moving map. Okay, so the runway is kind of going off in this direction here. I can kind of see that. Let's add an angle. You can see it right there. This is where I got to kind of focus on the lines to try to get myself lined up with something that's not exactly easy to... Why do I keep going down here? Okay, I'm seeing it a little bit more. You tend to appreciate the newer simulators more because of how easier it is to see the airports, to be able to line up the runways. You've got other navigational aids that will help and assist you. And with the old ones, you really gotta eyeball it. Is that other airport over there yet? Hey, we got a red tower. We got a red stick out there. We'll have to fly over South Bend on our next flight. You can start to see the runway a little bit more. It's right there. Some more flaps. I may have had too much flaps down on previous flights, which is why I may be having a harder time trying to flare when landing. Because when trying to flare, it like decides to stall, and well, you know how it is when we stall on the old simulator. It don't like stalls. We are a little bit higher than what I want to be. That looks like a very thin runway. All right, come on. Come on. We got one heck of an angle. I don't think that was too bad. I mean, the landings, they tend to always look rough with this old simulator. Because, well, you know, it's hard for it to simulate, you know, a gentle landing or whatever. But from the looks of it, it looked like it was an okay landing. Okay. I don't think we have a fuel box here. It doesn't look like we have any taxiways either. Let's just take a look. Because if there's a fuel box here, we have to go to it. And there's not. Okay, we just have runways. Let's go ahead and pull that up so we can take a look at. So keep in mind this here. You got a patch here, a line here, and some stuff there. Let's compare that to an actual map and see how that looks. Okay. Here's a real map. Elkhart is right here. South Bend is right here. So yeah, we're in the city of Elkhart. And the I-90 comes across underneath. So it looks like we're also seeing Route 31 or State Route 31 coming around here, and I think Route 31 coming out. Yeah, that's what that looks like. But we're also seeing this right here. What route is this? Whatever this is, Route 2. So it looks like we're seeing Route 2 come out of there. So I find it very interesting to compare with the real map and the actual scenery that was created. Just to see what did they depict, and was it relatively in the right area and stuff. And from what I could tell, SubLogic has done a decent job. So all right, well, how about we get off the runway before someone lands and hits us, which, well, that doesn't really happen in this old simulator, but we can have an imagination. I tend to like to park over here in the corner between two different runways. That's my parking place of choice. Unless there are taxiways and parking spots of some kind. Then I will go ahead and use them. So that is a thing that I have done. I've mentioned that I've created some custom content before. So some of the things that I've done with Flight Simulator 4 and 5 and 98, some of the areas that we flew in either didn't have airports, or the airports did not have taxiways and stuff. And so I would put those in and try to make it close as far as buildings in the right spot, and I try to make it relatively close as I could. And I didn't want to spend weeks and months creating the scenery, because then if I was doing that, we wouldn't be flying. So I try to do what I can to get the point across. And then we took off and went to another airport. So this is not just flying default scenery from place to place. We're trying to rebuild the experience of flying that old simulator and enhancing it as much as we can. With Flight Simulator 3, well, there's not much we can really enhance with this, other than the SubLogic scenery discs. That is really it. There's nothing more that you can do with that. Not until Flight Simulator 4 could you enhance and add stuff, and that's... okay, that is a runway. We'll park right here, right next to the runway. We'll brake. Alrighty. We'll go and shut the plane off there. And want to welcome you all here to Elkhart, Indiana. I believe we're in the state of Indiana, which is actually new. So we're in a new state now. We've gone from Illinois to Iowa and Wisconsin and Michigan, and now we're in Indiana. So we are just moving right along on these flights. Well, with all that excitement aside, I want to thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to YouTube, well, KILR Television on YouTube, what you waiting for? Subscribe and click that notification bell so that way you know when the next video is uploaded to this channel. Because, hey, if you're enjoying this series, you want to know that, right? Of course you do. And if you really do enjoy this series and you enjoy my company, then why not go over to Twitch? Go to Twitch, twitch.tv/KILRGamer. I'm there. And if you follow me there, you'll get notifications of when I go online and go live and record when I'm actually recording the footage for these episodes. I am live streaming it. So that will give you a chance to not only see this stuff ahead of time, but you'll be able to interact with me also. And hey, that's a cool thing. That means you get to be part of the show. How about that? And then there's Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and all that other good stuff. So again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Be sure to like, thumbs up, comment, all that other good stuff. You know what to do. I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next leg of our journey.